Guess what? We can see the bottom this morning. First time in the RCW we've had clear water. Very exciting. Had a bit of rain this morning, but welcome to Palm Beach. We're gonna head down there to West Palm Beach where there is actually a dock to be able to land a dinghy. So that's the plan this morning.
As peaceful as this morning feels, we're not just moving anchorages for fun. We're in South Florida for a reason. When we bought Escapade, the floors were already a little worse for wear. And after years of salt sand and full-time living aboard, they've only gotten rougher, to the point where we've started apologising for them every time someone steps inside. Back in the Bahamas, we reached out to World Panel Products here in Riviera Beach about replacing them. And now that we're finally here in person, there's no more putting it off. They've generously offered to let us cut, sand and varnish everything in their workshop, which is going to make this whole process a lot more manageable than trying to do it ourselves on the boat. And while we're at it, we're also redesigning the portside saloon cabinetry. Our leaky freezer caused some rotten wood, and honestly, the whole nav table area feels a little outdated anyway. So we're taking this as an opportunity to make the space more functional for how we actually live on this boat. So today we move to West Palm Beach, and tomorrow we start cutting into our home.
Looks like we're being escorted by Coast Guards, doesn't it? They've been kind enough to wait for us. We're just a little bit late by like a minute or two, but we cannot go any faster. We've got the dinghy down from last night, which isn't helping, and we've got a current against us. We're going 2,400 revs. We are nearly there. Oh, what a legend. Anyway, we have made it to downtown West Palm.
Spot, hey?
You can actually dock over here at this dock and at this one, but this one's apparently too shallow for us, at least on this side. You have to leave between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. or something like that, so you can't just stay on it like 24/7. The only other thing is obviously the cats, and there's not a lot of privacy over there. I don't know if we're going to open up a can of worms trying to do this ourselves, but we are going to dismantle all this area down here where we've got damaged wood, and we're going to redesign it so that it's actually functional, because at the moment, basically the nav table we never use. It just has stuff stored in it, and it ends up just being like an area for stuff to just pile up. And then we've got all of our camera and editing gear in the nav seat, and it's quite difficult when you need to get something, because it's almost like going into a chest and you've got to take everything out to find things, and it's quite frustrating. Okay, so just here where the nav seat is, we're going to take this away. We're going to build shelves up to the same height as what this nav table is, and we're going to have some drawers so that we can store everything in an easy way to access. And then we're going to remove the nav table, and we're going to drop down this base so the fridge can sit a little bit lower. And then the idea is maybe that we can get a small cushion that sits on top of that, and hopefully it'll be level with the rest of the cushions. And then we can just pop a back cushion here to hide where you get access to the water pumps and stuff, so that can just be pulled away when you need to get to that. So we just don't know whether we should change this entire thing and just make it all level. The only problem with making this higher is that then the cushions will sit probably too high and it might look a bit funny. I think we'll just dismantle this first, see how low we can get the fridge to sit, and go from there. But it's going to be much more functional. It's going to clean up the space, and then it's time to do the floors after that. Obviously we want to figure out this cabinet area before we then make the templates for the floor to make sure that we get that correct. And yeah, then we're going to head into a place called World Panel Products. They have all of your different wood products, especially for marine. So they've got like your teak and holly floors, your veneer marine ply, and all sorts of other things, but we will show you when we get there. know, guys, I did have a random thought this morning that we could put a dishwasher right there where Jason's sitting. Guys.
We're growing magic mushies on the boat.
Oh my god, this was growing under the floor.
Wild, hey? Should we taste it?
It's like dried up too.
Breakfast. Surely have to replace this wood, I reckon.
Yep.
Like this wood.
Mhm. I know.
It's really bad.
Yep.
Like I touch it, the bottom of it,
I know.
and it seeps in.
Yep. That's why we needed to do this anyway. Because it'll keep rotting, hey? Like it'll move into other areas.
You can see it's just rotted through
Yeah,
here.
that's where I saw it.
That really
What have we done, guys? It needed to be done.
So somehow this panel here is screwed into this panel. I'm just going to pull it out. How was it screwed in like that?
It was pretty nerve-wracking dismantling half the saloon area, especially knowing these boats are often built in a way that feels like nothing was ever meant to come apart. But once we started, there was no turning back.
We've removed half of it and we've decided we're going to remove the rest. We can't bring the fridge any lower than that, so we're going to raise this section here to be the same height as the fridge so we can make it all the way across and have an opening for the fridge. We also have to replace this bottom wood here as it is completely rotted out. Janae just stepped on it and it's cracked all the way through. But yeah, we're going to replace it anyway. We're probably going to cut through here and then just replace this section here. This is just bloody stupid. If we didn't have to get this floor out, we'd be sorted, but because this floor's rotted, I think we're going to cut it here and here, but I can't cut it because they're the two beams, I guess. But I can't cut it until I get it completely out, and this is just stuffing me up. I've got this loose, but there's one screw I just cannot get to out here. And this is glued down, and it looks like it's actually, oh, it's around that.
It is around it, yeah.
It's really glued and I don't want to take that out. It's so close. We're so close, but it looks like an absolute mess right now.
You always got to remind yourself though, it's going to look worse before it looks better.
I'm getting closer. It's just this bit. I'm going to have to bang this out.
Yeah.
This is the last... Oh, oh no! I didn't want to do that. Here's what it is.
If only you knew that was going to happen right from the get-go.
I could have just done it.
Yep. Good morning.
Welcome to our mess of a boat.
So we're up and at it this morning trying to measure up and template our new
Design.
We were just saying it's so hard on a boat, like trying to figure out where we can template this up because we have no like large flat area that we can do it really, except for outside in the wind or on top of the couch, which is soft. It's not the easiest thing to do on a boat. Everything's always a little bit harder. We got this heavy duty builder's paper to template up our floors and template some of the pieces of wood. So we'll be reusing this piece on the top here, but we want to raise this by, what is it? Like 72 mil. Yeah, 72 mil. So we'll template this and then add it. And then we also need to make sure we have these nodules still in place. Template up a piece to just match this and go all the way up where our drawers are gonna go, and then a few other pieces, and then obviously the drawer boxes. But yeah, so we got builder's paper to do that, got a couple of builder's pencils, and then we've got mostly stuff for doing the varnish. We got drop cloth, sanding blocks, gloves, varnishing brushes. That's it. But yeah, nothing too exciting. Somehow, just on a diagonal here, see? I just want it out of the way this little bit, and then I'll stick it to the floor from that side. Goes down because it's a damaged bit.
Yep.
Maybe just butt it right up to the edge of the paper. So that saving bits we need them.
Yeah. All right, first panel is done. So that was where the original panel finished. We've just added that extra 72 mil. Yeah, so basically the reason we're adding it is so we can enclose the fridge and have it so it looks like it's part of the furniture. But yeah, Janae's just gonna cut that now and that will be our first panel done.
So we've just cut it and then popped the panel back on it to like stick it to it so we can put it in place. And then we found that it wasn't perfect because these pencils are like really hard to get perfectly sharp. So there ends up being like a small discrepancy. Yeah, so anyway, we decided because our floors are stuffed anyway and we're replacing them, we're just getting the Stanley knife and cutting around where there's a few bits.
So that's how much higher it's going to be, guys. It's pretty close. It's probably a little bit higher, but that's all right.
There were a few parts we couldn't remove without turning the whole wall into a project, and we're not refitting our entire boat. So we left those and worked around them instead. Luckily, they'll all be hidden behind the cabinets anyway.
Right, we've made it.
One panel products, here we come, baby. So we've made it into a paddle product and they literally have everything we need. Everything looks like it's in stock that we need. 12mm teak ply, the teak veneer ply that they've got up there. So that's perfect. And we need a bit of 15mm just normal plywood for the base. That'll get us started at least, but look how many other products they've got. Sheets of teak veneer. They've got everything in here that you can imagine for a boat.
And it was so much better quality. Like we went into Home Depot.
Oh yeah, that was terrible quality.
Like all the edging was damaged and like there was like gaps and holes in areas. Yeah, this is a lot nicer.
All right, so we brought all the templates with us. Chase is gonna get us down a...
This is Chase.
By the way. Be careful, mate.
Yeah, per foot, no big deal. We're looking for a little teak-based marine plywood. That's a marine grade plywood with a teak veneer on one side. Got that architectural look of teak on a structural marine plywood. We're looking for 1/2 inch. Let's get them what they need. These are gorgeous sheets. I mean, you know, the grain sometimes pops hard. Kind of like what everyone's looking for.
Yeah.
However, the nice thing here is you get to look through and find the exact piece you want. So let's take the top one. We'll kind of lean it up gently to the back forks here.
Yeah.
And we'll see what else is there.
Oh wow,
Bit of wild grain. They're all going to be double-sided.
Okay, so all these panels, they've got a slightly different texture to it. I think we like this one. So hopefully we can do it all in one sheet. We should probably test that out. Maybe if you go to the other side of
We can put all the things down. Yeah.
put them down and see if it all works.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think it will. You go, take hands. Yeah, I like that.
We made paper templates for all of our cabinet panels, then laid them out on the first sheet of veneer to see if everything would fit. Of course, we made sure the wood grain would run in the same direction across all the panels for a clean, consistent look. Once it was time to cut, we were very grateful to be in World Panel's workshop. Having the right tools made such a difference. Trying to do this with just a jigsaw on the boat would have been interesting.
We can just put this on the floor for the split side.
Got the boys helping us out here, making our life easier.
Some smaller notches and curved areas required the jigsaw, but we were very grateful once again not to rely on it for the full project. For clean, precise lines, we'd strongly recommend using a circular saw with a track system.
Hey again, quickly, this is Chase at World Panel. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. We are here at World Panel Products, which is located in Riviera Beach, Florida. We have an absolute ton of genuine teak lumber. This material is an old growth material. It is very good for keeping the sun and salt water kind of reflected off your boat. The material we have in stock is quite incredible. There's a vast amount of it right now. Anything from vertical grain on face to vertical and flat cut on edge for your teak decking strips. We also have a vast amount of Okume marine plywood. This is your BS 1088 Lloyd certified marine grade plywood. We have 12 different thicknesses in stock, from 4x8s to 5x10s. Anywhere from 1.5 millimeter thin all the way to inch thick. If you need that solid teak deck really fast, we do have the strips ready to go. We do have the lumber ready to go, but these are the prefabricated sheets. They're held together by Teak Decking Systems SIS 440 teak deck caulking. This is 9/16 thickness, inch and 7/8 vertical teak decking.
That's
very
beautiful.
Nice stuff.
Yeah, very nice.
So whether you're looking for marine grade plywood or teak lumber or domestic lumber as well, World Panel Products is your source. Veneers, PVCs, composite products, check us out. Thank you so much for checking out World Panel Products.
Check out the service, guys.
Ow! We're quite frankly lucky to be thought of like this, so thank you guys so much for coming through. Bring it on.
You guys are legends, hey. You've helped us out so much, even using your workshop today.
Alright, we are back on the boat with all of our pieces, and we're just gonna put them in and test them out and see where we need to sand a few bits down maybe.
We know we're not going to have it perfect, are we, darling?
Well, I don't know, don't underestimate us. Wow, look at that!
Don't you love it when a job fits first go? It's nearly bang on, hey? We've smashed this out pretty quick, realistically.
We have.
Alright, now I guess we test the fridge, put the fridge in place, and see if we've made it high enough. Not quite there yet, we're just trying to envision what it's going to look like. Taking the cushions from over there.
Yeah. There'll be a lot of lounge space. The base is high, which means the back cushions are higher. In a way, it's kind of good, like it kind of hides stuff behind here and probably looks a little bit neater. So it just makes like more of a nook, I guess. And then we've got the start of our drawer system. And then so we've obviously still got the top and kind of the frame at the front, and then we can build the drawer boxes. Yeah, pretty exciting. And then this is where we're gonna sit our ice maker and our air fryer. So we're gonna have a lip on the top of the tabletop here, kind of like how you do on everything else. And that should stop it falling off. And we'll see how it goes. And if we need to strap it down, we can when we're on passage or whatever. Back.
You ready, muscles? So yeah, we've had to buy another sheet. So we're making a drawer system, and this has been confusing the hell out of us. So we're just gonna cut up the drawers. We're kind of doing it step by step. We'll figure out the rest as we go.
Alright, we have brought the wood back. Just realised we forgot to cut one side. But we're just testing it out to see how it goes, and then we can like jigsaw the rest of these out so the like actual pieces come out of it.
These are going to be our cupboards.
We're visualising, guys.
No, that's not.
I can't believe we didn't cut this bit. What twits. Wow, it's going to feel like a whole new boat. I actually love it compared to what we had. So much more functional. Because this is in the corner instead of like something protruding from the middle, it makes it feel so much more roomy. Like, because it just doesn't cut off the middle of the space, it's just over there. And it's slim and taller and way more usable. Drawers are so much easier to store things in.
Well, Escapade is officially one step closer to being more functional and a little bit prettier. Make sure you tune in next week to see the final reveal of our new portside saloon. All that's left now are some cushions to be made. And we'll take you through the entire process of replacing our interior floors from start to finish. And a huge thank you to World Panel Products for helping make this possible. The guys were absolute legends and stock seriously quality marine wood. We can't wait to show you what other World Panel surprises we have in store for Escapade soon.